Good afternoon. Welcome to Glen Meditation. One of the things that I've been interested in lately is there's a lot of technical advances that are coming to our planet in the next while, and there seems to be some debate on whether they're safe or not, or if there's even tests done to see if they're safe, or if there's committees looking into the safety of certain things. One of the technologies that's coming out is called 5G. I don't pretend to be an expert on it in any way. From my understanding, it's an upgrade and faster version of the internet, and so cell towers and everything are going to be transmitting a different frequency that's I think shorter and smaller, shorter wave frequency, and there's some concerns that it might be dangerous for the human body, in particular for the DNA. It might cause changes in the DNA by heating up the body. Again, I'm not an expert on it. You can Google or YouTube 5G technology and watch the videos for yourself and see what you think. But it comes down to the fact that there's going to be a lot of technology coming out in the next while. We're already there, where it's already here, it's coming out. And there doesn't seem to be very much consent or even asking of the average citizen whether they want to have these technologies. Like, have you been asked in any form whether you want to have 5G? In our building, they've already installed the little boxes above all our doors for this new technology. There was no informed consent on whether we wanted it or not. We did have to sign papers, I heard, but most people don't really understand what they're signing, and they just look at it, and I'm pretty sure there was no informed consent on the possible dangers. So one of the concerns I'm reading from Physicians for Safe Technology is that there hasn't been any testing done on this, on whether it's safe, and then once the network's set up and going, the chances of stopping its function will be harder once it's set up and going. If you're from Vancouver and you're concerned about this or don't know anything about it, maybe start looking into it, because Vancouver is one of the cities that it's going to be rolled out in, according to some of the sources I've read. England and Canada are going to take it, where I believe Belgium has just said that they're not going to, and Australia and America are basically waiting to see, because there's also the suspicion of the Chinese company Hawaii, or however you say that there might be back doors where they can spy on people and stuff like that. Again, I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just think it's an interesting subject, and that it's something that we should be looking into before it's set up. And this goes for a lot of these new technologies that are going to be sprung on us. Should we be living in a society where we basically have the powers that be just springing things on us without our consent? Should we also start becoming more active in the process, so decisions are made more on a consent basis from the majority of the people? Or should we basically just be bystanders to the changes? So with the 5G, they say the dangers here that they're concerned with on the physician side is basically that they say that there might be health, safety, environmental, privacy, security, and energy use issues that have not been addressed before the widespread rollout of the product. They predict biological, environmental, as well as social disruption resulting from the technology that will be difficult to impossible to reverse once it's set up. And they also are worrying that there'll be economic decline in the cities with lost revenue and increased liability for harm from cell antenna and wireless providers. one of the concerns with the 5G is that it doesn't travel very far. So they're gonna, like, if you look at our building, there's like a port at every door, and they say that it doesn't travel well through trees and stuff like that. So they're basically gonna not just have the big mega cell towers that they have now. They're gonna have little cell towers and 5G transmitters on every 5 feet. And then they're also worried that there's going to be satellites in space, like hundreds or thousands of them as well, transmitting the 5G network. So basically, there's a lot of things to be worried about if it is dangerous and stuff like that, and it's just going to be sprung on us. So I made this video today to basically ask, do you know what 5G is? What do you think about it? And what's the way to move forward as a species on things that might be dangerous to us as a species? Should we be just bystanders, or should we be involved, and should the average citizen have say in what's going on? Anyhow, that's it, today's video. Take care. Have a good day.